Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, my name is Bintang Fedor Aditya Suparman. In this video, I will mention and explain to you some tips for getting a high listening score and tips for becoming more fluent in speaking. First, pick a good study buddy. People studying together when you take the speaking test. It's more likely than not that your examiner will have a stronger grasp of the English language than you. For these reasons, it's a good idea to practice with someone who also speaks English at a higher level. This will allow you to stretch your speaking abilities. Just make sure you don't pair up with someone whose English proficiency is much higher than your own, as this is a good way to get research and have thought about your abilities. Speak more than the examiner. Out of frames the speaking test as a conversation between you and the examiner. This isn't really the case. A better way to think of it is that you are the interview subject. The examiner is there to prompt you with a question and listen to your answer. So how do you make sure you are speaking more than your examiner? And then elaborate. People using a whiteboard don't respond to a question with a single short sentence. Build on your answer. Use complex grammatical structures to keep your thought following. And then think of it like telling a story. While it's useful to pull from your own experience in your answer, there's no rule saying you need to tell the truth. You are just being asked to tell a story with language. Make something up and use increased vocabulary and grammar to do it. Your knowledge is not being tested. Grow with a headache. One of the most difficult things about the speaking test is that you won't know the topics ahead of time. While it's true you can prepare to common topics, you won't know the exact question until you hear them directly from your examiner mouth. There's a chance you'll be asked a question about the topic you have time to know knowledge about or experience with. The good news is what you know about certain topic matters very little in a speaking test. The examiners are more interested in how you answer a question than what you know. Why? Because it shows you are resourceful and can still develop an answer even if you lack an understanding of the topic. And then don't be afraid to use flowery language. This point builds off of the previous one about the importance of how you speak during speaking. Even if you know everything there is to know about the topic, you won't achieve a high score if you only use simple language in your answer instead. Don't be afraid to get flowery with your vocabulary. What does this mean? Well, another way of look at it is to use abstract nouns over concrete nouns. And then take time to gather your thought. Woman surrounded by question marks, much like in a job interview. It's okay to take time to think over a question before you give a response. This can help you avoid rambling if you are worried about leaving an awkward license. You can always let your examiner know you need a moment to collect your thoughts. Be emotional. While we don't recommend answering your examiner's question with tears streaming down your face and the whole time, you should speak with some emotion in your voice. Speaking in monotone will only make you look inexperienced and cold hurt your score. Instead, think of how you express yourself if you were answering in your native language and apply those same feelings to your English speaking. Look and feel confident. When smiling, the speaking test is arguably the most nerve wracking component unless you have a while of still out or you will feel nervous before and during the test. This is completely normal and nothing to be ashamed of. However, every nothing if you feeling anxious, it's important to project a confident attitude. A strong first impression can really go a long way in building a rapport with your examiner. So make sure you're dressed neatly and look clean and tidy. Greet your examiner with a smile and a firm handshake. And if you accidentally say good morning instead of good afternoon, don't worry. And last, establish a good pace. We tend to associate speed with skill when it comes to speak a language. Then the more fluent you are, the quicker you be able to speak, right? While there is some truth to this, it's best not to fall into the speed trap during the speaking. If you speaking too fast, you may come off as incoherent. Alternatively, speaking too slowly may cause your instruction mind to wander and lose interesting you're saying. Thank you guys for your attention. More or less I'm apologize. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.